If you really want to build a respectable program in College Football 25's Dynasty mode, look no farther than the actual coach itself. One big part of the game, it's not some sort of gimmick, but when you first start out, you're going to see an option of either being a motivator, a recruiter, or a tactician. So I want to make this video real quick, sort of talking about the choice you should be making out of the three of those, and one of them is definitely not good. If you pick one of them, you're going to ruin your career. Along with these archetypes, there are also abilities you can unlock, a really big amount of abilities in terms of recruiting, in terms of on-field play. This is going to make a huge impact if you want to turn a 1-star into a 5-star. However, you can only turn into a level 50 maximum in this game. You can't go to like a level 100, and so you can't get all the abilities in the game because there are more than 50. With that being said, I just want to make this video real quick, break down what abilities you should be unlocking as well as what archetype you should be. So let's go ahead and dig right into it. So firstly, it is important to break down what main archetype you should begin with. As we can see, Recruiter won't just allow you to spend more recruiting hours on a player at a time. You can actually even gain any player's interest faster with abilities such as Most Influential and Magnetic Personalities. However, once you level up that archetype enough, you'll actually unlock Elite Recruiter. You can see from there, even more abilities to gain players' interest faster will appear, and you can actually have your My School grade impress them even more. Thus, the overall results of having something like Recruiter or Elite Recruiter is you'll probably get recruits much faster than you typically expect. You might be able to sign them mid-season, whether they are a 2-star or a 5-star. Especially as a 1-star program, you actually should be able to nab 4 and 5 stars much easier than expected. Meanwhile, Tactician is mainly centered around having increased success on the field, with most of the abilities giving players boosts to their most important stats, such as mobility, throwing accuracy for quarterbacks, increased catching and tackling, but it doesn't stop there. If you unlock enough of those, you'll actually get the Scheme Guru archetype just below it. These provide unique unlockable upgrades that not only decrease the fatigue of your own players, but actually decrease the ratings of your opponents as well. Now, coming in last place for me, in my eyes, Motivator is certainly the weakest of the three, only giving XP boost to players during big moments or when difficult feats are pulled off, such as bonus XP to players when another player of that position is drafted, or increase abilities for certain players in the fourth quarter when in a close game. You can expect more of the same from the Master Motivator archetype that unlocks after that, but it's just not enough in my eyes to impress me. And honestly, the main reason for that is because you shouldn't have too many close games to even begin with if you have all the on-field abilities of Tactician or have a ton of 4 and 5 stars thanks to the Recruiter abilities. So in sum, if I had to absolutely pick, I would say Recruiter is what I would likely recommend you go with if you're looking to rebuild fast, especially as you'll need all the recruiting hours you can get to nab decent 3-star players and above. So where do you go from there once the season starts? Well, if you chose Recruiter, definitely put points into Tactician and vice versa, as both are incredibly crucial to building a literal dynasty. As for the archetypes you don't start out with right away, it's worth taking a look at Talent Developer. In a nutshell, its abilities are also broken down by position and essentially provide XP boost to not only your best players, but those sitting on the bench waiting out their turn for next season. It can also be handy during Portal season as the Portal Cane ability at Tier 1 boosts potential transfer interest. With that in mind, Architect is fairly similar to Talent Developer, but that doesn't mean I recommend it. Although it does give your players XP boosts as well, they are only really for rare moments such as 3-game win streaks and national championships. So, for instance, if you are a 1-star program, there's really no use you can get out of Architect, but if you are the Georgias and the Alabamas of the world, it will provide maybe a small boost for you. Last but definitely not least, I do believe Strategist is a really good one to invest in once you round out the Elite Recruiter abilities, but it doesn't offer as much as you might expect. This archetype is mostly revolving around increasing the interest of recruits before and after having them visit your program. Despite this, the archetype is certainly needed to get the edge on 5-star players. Keep in mind too that actually having visits around like week 13, week 14 can also play a huge part in you succeeding in recruiting. So say if you are in second place in a recruit's mind and you are about to lose out near the end of the season, having them visit around week 14, week 15 can play a massive role in the game if you do have Strategist. So that's just about it when it comes to building the perfect coach, but I cannot stress enough that you unlock abilities for Program Builder and CEO right after they are unlocked. Unlike the other archetypes, Program Builder allows you to have bonus XP for all completed goals, cheaper prices for all abilities, stronger pipeline state success, and decreased odds of players going pro. As for the best archetype in the game, CEO, first round players are less likely to go pro. Lowering home field advantage is also possible for other schools, and a chance at players instantly transferring to your school is also a thing for CEO, making it a must-have. Hope this helped understand the complicated skill tree in this game and all of its benefits. Let me know down below what you guys chose for archetypes archetypes and abilities, if they're working for you, and if you might have a good ability I didn't even cover. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your day. This is Dereklions here. Peace and out. Bye.